Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Salute the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Salute the LTTV in the building, man.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Nobody's LT, and I'm certainly not implying that.
LT cooking your ass.
If y'all want to keep up with the news and just shit be going on, subscribe to LTTV. That nigga know everything about everything. I ain't gonna lie.
Black boys, hold on, we coming, baby. Because that is the zestiest thing I heard all year. I hope that wasn't a man who just said that. I'm a hope and pray. Oh, yes.
People say Dr. Umar Johnson is a scammer. What do you have to say about that?
We got to get back to do for self. Whoever let that paint drop in my toilet bowl and didn't even clean it out, I'm very upset at you.
People say Dr. Umar Johnson is a scammer.
We've already been audited by the IRS.
Dr. Umar washing toilets. That's national news, huh? That's national news. I'm cleaning toilets in the school I'm building. That's a big deal, ain't it? Goofy ass Negroes. The struggle streamers, they really helped toughen me up to the criticism. Oh, he's washing toilets. He shouldn't be washing toilets. That's a problem. He's washing toilets. Oh my God. Dr. Umar shouldn't be washing toilets. We have to do something. Is the renovations on the FDMG Academy. You know, we've been almost done for so long. And now we're at the floors. But I'm still scared to say we done. Because every time I say we done, something else comes up. Whoever from the paint day let that paint drop into these brand new toilets. And didn't even take it out. Lord have mercy. Do we need some lids on the toilets, brothers and sisters, or do industrial toilets not come with lid, toilet lid?
You tell me what your goal is in life.
I would like to become the builder of the first global independent African-centered school district. So we're starting with the first school in Wilmington, Delaware. Once that's built, we put them around in other states, other countries. You decide to go to London, there's one there. You decide to go to Toronto, Costa Rica, wherever you at.
Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. All right, let's get right into this one. Okay, so Umar Johnson's back at his scamming ways, and now he's trying to take this bullshit global. Now, this is pathetic. He is in this interview, in 2 interviews we're going to cover here, and he's in his school cleaning toilets for some reason. Getting on air, doing a full photo shoot, talking about they're criticizing him for cleaning toilets. It's like, bro, why are you doing a photo op cleaning the toilets?
Brother,
Now, he's asked about the floors, or asked about the schools. He deviates to the floors. Now, he said this for several motherfucking months. Several months. He's talking about taking the scheme or the scam global. Does he forget that Dr. Malik Muhammad called in and spoke about the fraud that he was doing in another city prior to moving to Wilmington, Delaware? Does Dr. Umar Johnson forget about Philadelphia? Does he forget the bullshit he's done there? Let's get into this, chat.
There's a school.
People say Dr. Umar Johnson is a scammer. What do you have to say about that?
No donors have ever said that. Only jealous YouTubian struggle streamers. We've already been audited by the IRS. So if I was a scammer, I think it would be known by now.
There's been a recent situation where they said that your accounts were frozen.
And what's interesting about that is Donald Trump just came out the other day, and I'm no fan of his, where he said that he's going to issue an executive order against debanking. I didn't know that this was a big deal in America, but banks are debanking people who they don't like.
People say that came at a coincidental timing when
they tried to
auction our
because of buildings behind our back.
Yeah. What is your response to people saying that?
Now, once again, no accountability. They were not auctioning your buildings behind your back. They stamped a paper on the front showing you exactly what's going to happen. They sent you an email. It was public. The struggle streamers reported on this, put this out, and gave you 30 days. So the struggle streamers were your lifeline if you didn't actually show up at the premises of your school because you said you denied getting any emails or phone calls. So that notice that the struggle streamers aired out in your school saved you the potential losing of your school or the potential loss of your school.
It's coincidental.
What's coincidental?
For example, they're trying to say that you created that story of account being frozen so that you can get more money from people to then pay off that back taxes.
We have the paperwork from the bank telling us that they will no longer offer us their services. That's on paper. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that was done on purpose. I think that
Now, since that was on paper and we have you on video and audio admitting to that being on paper, it wouldn't be very hard for Dr. Umar Johnson to provide the receipts. So if that was true, he can easily prove it.
The whole thing was a conspiracy to strip us of our buildings. You wait all this time to try to sell our buildings for an old bill, and you do it as soon as the accounts are frozen, and don't tell us nothing.
People say the one thing that they use to try and
Now, I don't know if y'all know by now, but this guy interviewing Dr. Umar Johnson is giving him a lowball interview. This is not going to be the same as the Danza Report, although the Danza Report they relatively cool with him as well. He is a staunch Umar Johnson supporter. He showed up to one of his speeches in Atlanta, supported him, sings his praises during this interview. So he's not going to combat any of the foolishness that Dr. Umar Johnson presents. He's just going to basically take it and move on to the next question.
legitimize Dr. Umar Johnson is the fact that it's taken over 10 years.
We raised money for 5 years, and I have no problem with that. It took us 5 years to get a school. I had no problem with that. Should it have taken as long?
Bro, it's taking you half a year to finish the floors. Do you know how easy it is to tile some motherfucking floors, bruh? What are we doing out here? All the excuses in the world and all the experts that have expertise in such fields say otherwise. So like, it should not be taking this long, especially when finance is not the problem. It's just the actual workload, the labor. Stop it, bruh.
No, we went through a lot with our contractors. We were scammed. We were ripped off. We were.
Oh, you're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
Here's a convenient excuse for everything. Meanwhile, Jalen Rose, LeBron James, and various others have built out their schools. In an interview, he talks about he doesn't want to hear from anybody unless they're building institutions themselves because they're just haters. When he was in an interview with Lord Jamar brought up his uncle who started a school. He's like, he doesn't want to hear from him. He has his own people, X, Y, and Z. So even people that are doing the building, he doesn't want to hear from. He just constant deflections.
Rob.
People say that when you talk about things needed to get done, it's always another thing. Like, tomorrow's the day that never comes. That's what people say, right?
Things take time. Things always have to be re-repaired because you miss things in the initial repairs. So I don't care.
Do you have a date that you think is actually...
I'm not giving no more date because every time I gave a date, we never met the date. And the reason we never...
We need to work. We need to be more focused on these donations.
Manipulation.
So what's going on, man? What's going on, man? Non-stop manipulation. Yikes. And more donations. Donations after donations after donations. When are they going to stop? This nigga was complaining on his stream when someone gave too little of a donation. Once again.
Repaired because you missed things in the initial repairs. So I don't care.
Do you have a date that you think is actually...
I'm not giving no more date because every time I gave a date, we never met the date. And the reason we never met the date is I was depending on a contractor. And so when they betrayed the date, we had to betray the date.
Kai's for that. He's building a school in Nigeria.
Okay, I know he is.
And
I met him.
During that time, everybody was attacking him, telling him he's scammers, 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 scammers. To dispel the haters, he gave full financial transparency and told everything that was going on. Can you give full financial transparency?
I can, but I wouldn't.
Okay, why not?
Because the only people we are accountable to are our donors.
So you're not accountable to your donors either. Various donors have called and inquired, made YouTube videos talking about, hey, I'm a donor, I supported him. No answers, bruh. You're not accountable to anybody.
He gave full financial transparency and told everything that was going on. Can you give full financial transparency?
I can, but I wouldn't.
Okay, why not?
Because the only people we are accountable to are our donors. If you're not a donor, we owe you nothing. We are not a publicly funded school.
Would you do that to the donor?
Sure, my donors, yeah. But the donors don't care because they understand what we're going through.
You're not a publicly funded school? So you just out here just lying, bruh?
The donors have been there through the whole ride. It's the haters who have all the questions, and the haters don't matter.
Do you believe that there are any people that do doubt you that might be valid, like logically conclusive, like they're not just haters?
If you have never donated to the FDMG Academy, you can ask all the questions you want, but we owe you no answers.
Okay, what about the ones that do that still doubt?
Now, we know, according to Dr. Malik Muhammad and all the facts that he's ran down, like that's not factual at all. As a nonprofit, you actually do owe some answers. Like, I don't know what the hell this guy thinks this is.
I don't know of any donor who doubts. 99% of our donors are repeat donors. I even know their names. We never get one donation. People donate to us over and over and over again, so if they had questions, they would ask. The people asking the questions are haters who don't donate. I pay them no mind. See, the issue is they want me to be accountable to people who don't support us. I would be a fool to do that. I don't know of no corporation in America that say, hey, come look at all of our paperwork, all of our financial transactions. Nobody does that. This is a business. And when you have haters like I have, you got to protect your interests.
Bro, it's a non-profit organization built by nothing but donations. You trying to scale this to an average business? This ain't the same, bro. What are we doing out here?
Protect your business. So I don't care what they say. It's all about divine timing. When God is ready for the school to be done, it'll be done.
Once that happens, I feel like a lot of people will be quiet.
No, they won't. They'll move the goalpost. Before, they said we'd never get a school. 5-6 years ago, he'll never get a school. He just scammed. We ended up with 2 schools, not one. Then they said it'll never open. And then when we open it, they'll just move and move. Because this is not about the truth. This is about slander.
But that's the thing. You talk about speak about the analytics.
This is not about the truth. This is about slander. Now, I'm one of the first people that will be out here making a video if Dr. Umar Johnson actually opens the school and starts enrolling children. After a decades-long promise failed for a finesse. If he actually does it, I'd be one of the first people to drop a video reporting on it. Come on, man.
On your Instagram and how big that reach is. Don't you think that the way you channel that messaging to that reach can help change the image that people have? Because I do think there are well-minded black people that doubt you. I've had my doubts.
Which is fine. I don't care what none of y'all think.
But I'm saying when I talk to you, especially when I saw you in Atlanta that day, it's genuinely what changed it. Because you spoke to every individual. Like everybody was asking you a question. Because it shows that you wanted to dedicate every bit of you to the people in that community. And it was a small subset of people in West Atlanta. And
that's how the scam works. That's how the finesse works. Let me be intentional with you. Let me take some time to speak to you as if you mean something to me other than a number in the donation box.
From Atlanta, so to see people do that, it's like, I can't say that's fake. The only criticism I could say is working on how that is personified. And I think a good example of that is not giving a date again.
For me, I think it's disingenuous to not focus on how the critics have undermined the success of FDMG. We have been outright sabotaged. We have been reported to LNI. We have been reported to the Attorney General. I have been reported to the FBI. Nobody talks about the sabotage that is done to keep the school from opening by the very same people who criticize it. That's hypocrisy.
Well, the people that doubt him, I feel like I've said every opinion in the argument.
If you doubt me, you.
That's the greatest end of the video. We done.
Coming for the prince. Black boys, hold on, we coming, baby. Black boys, hold on, we coming. And I'm your history teacher. I'm your Pan-African Studies professor. Oh, yes. That is the zestiest thing I heard all year. I hope that wasn't a man who just said that. I'm going to hope and pray. I'm going to hope and pray that wasn't a man. Somebody please tell me that wasn't a man who said that. Please, I hope that's a sister.
Now, I don't know what he's referring to, but the irony of what he was saying in the clip prior and then him calling, it sounds like he's calling out himself. I'm like, what the hell is going on out here? But let's get back into it.
You sending 10 cents, huh? Bitch ass. Brother, Donations. Somebody please tell me that wasn't a man who said that. Please, I hope that's a sister. You sending 10 cents, huh? Bitch ass.
Hey, yo, what happened to every penny counts, bruh? Man sent 10 cents and he gets cussed out. Bro, come on, man. What do we got? We got unfinished floors, or do we have finished floors underneath these mats? Is he covering it up because the floors are actually finished and he doesn't want to be accountable to anything? He doesn't want to be like, oh yeah, we have to open up. We have no more excuses. We run out of excuses. First it's the floors, then it's the windows, then it's the paint, then it's the HVAC. Now it's the floors again. We're running out of excuses out here.
You Negroes are so weak-backed. Y'all complain over everything, cry over everything. Somebody got tissue. Brother,
Now this is when you know you're doing the most. You're doing the most. Why is this on your IG live? Why are we looking at doo-doo stains or whatever the fuck is in the toilet right now? Like, what is this, bruh? What is this?
The toilet didn't even flush it. Contractors, brothers and sisters, these are brand new toilets. Brand new toilets, and this is what they do. Brand new toilets, and this is what they do. Off the hook.
Okay, so why are your hired contractors in which you pay destroying your bathroom, allegedly? Why are they leaving the toilets in that condition? What is this? And then you yourself are cleaning it up.
Off the hook. Brand new toilets.
Bro's never cleaned a day in his life.
That don't even belong in the toilet. This is insane.
That don't belong in the toilet? You mean the toilet scrubber, the shit you use to scrub the inside of the toilet? Bro, where's this nigga's bucket? Yo, what's wrong with this guy, man? If you don't get this nigga the fuck out of here, get your bucket, get your gloves, and start making the illusion of progress continue, bro. Because that's all you're doing. This is all this is. It's the illusion of progress. Oh, we're getting something done. The contractors set us up again.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
Yep, they set us back, so now I have to do all the physical work while you guys drop me those damn donations.
Donations. They know it. The social media know it all. They know everything. Built nothing, know everything. The social media know it alls. Built nothing, know everything. Mess my toilets up like this. This is crazy. This don't belong in here. Letting stuff fall all in my toilets. This is insane. Absolutely insane.
Now he knows the reaction he's gonna get from reactors, streamers, or anybody that sees a disgusting, dirty toilet with him cleaning it on live. He knows we're gonna criticize this, we're gonna cook this, we're gonna be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? That's why he even makes this the sentence, oh, they're gonna say he's cleaning the toilets, why are you cleaning the toilets? It's like, bro, you're trying this illusion and everyone's looking at you like you're in the delusion by yourself. No one believes this shit. We're just looking at you making an ass of yourself. Oh, that doesn't go in the toilet, but
forgot
you're
to
using
get
it
the
to clean the
bleach.
toilet. Yeah, come on.
I'm
man.
gonna have to do a couple rounds of this. Somebody let paint get in the toilet. My paint team let the paint fall in the toilet. Look at that. Let the paint fall in the toilet and didn't even get it out. Look at that. They let the paint fall in the toilet and didn't even clean the paint out the toilet. Brand new toilet. Man. My goodness. Let paint fall in the toilet and didn't even clean it out. That is insane. That's a damn shame.
Dirty brush right back in the dirty toilet. No progress. This is insane, man.
I need a rag. But before I do that, the paint team let the paint fall in the toilet and didn't even wipe it out. Oh, Lord have mercy. We don't need a plumber. The plumbing is fine. We just got to clean. Here we go with the know-it-alls. Know everything, built nothing.
Now, there was somebody in the room just there.
Mercy.
I seen some
We don't
legs
need a
walk
plumber.
by in a
The
shadow.
plumbing is fine. We just
Kept
got
them
to
off
clean.
the camera, though.
Here we go.
Right there. I just seen a foot.
Go with the know-it-alls.
Yep.
Know everything,
Someone's in the
built
facility with
nothing.
him.
Plumbing already been repaired and everything else. Ain't nothing wrong with the plumbing. Some bleach and some bathroom cleaner. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I'm gonna show you what we're talking about.
Later. Black Queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Anyway, brothers and sisters, we got to get back to Pan-Africanism. We got to get back to black unity and black solidarity. We got to get back to do for self. Whoever let that paint drop in my toilet bowl and didn't even clean it out, I'm very upset at.
Brother, what's that?
At you.
What's
Whoever
that,
from the
brother?
paint day.
Bro, this is disgusting. This is dirty water from inside of the bowl. You're using the same washcloth to... This is insane, bro. Get a fucking bucket. What is wrong with this motherfucker? He's doing this shit because he wants to be criticized. He wants shit like this to go viral. Oh, he's working on the school. He purchased the school. The school didn't get sold for $40,000 of unpaid bills. But nothing's ever getting done. So every time he goes to an interview, he's like, "Oh, why they keep questioning me about the school? The school will be done. I'm not saying any more dates anymore because when it's done, it's done." But then you're constantly putting out ridiculous videos like this to be fodder for streamers. And then you play the victim. It's like, what are you doing, bruh?
Whoever from the paint day let that paint drop into these brand new toilets and didn't even take it out. Lord have mercy. We need to see if we can get some lids on these toilets too. Do we need some lids on the toilets, brothers and sisters, or do industrial toilets not come with toilet lid? What do y'all think? Do we need some toilet lids? I want some lids. I don't want stuff falling in these toilets.
What do y'all think? I think nigga open the goddamn school and finish up.
Because ain't nobody gonna take it out. Do we need toilet lids or do industrial toilets don't have lids, brothers and sisters? Do industrial toilets not have lids, brothers and sisters? Paint on the lid again. Just fucking my toilets all up. That look much better. We're gonna give it a round two. We're gonna give it a round two later, brothers and sisters. We're gonna give it a round two. Where my beautiful African queens at? Where are my beautiful African queens at?
If you notice the informant media, there's plastic all over the floors, plastic covering the side trim, but there's not plastic covering the toilets for some dumbass reason. It seems like everything he does is intentional to create more work so he can have like more time to work on this bullshit. This seems like it's his private facility right now. It seems like this nigga's living here. All his videos are outside of Whip, or outside the school, or even inside the school. It seems like this nigga lives here at this point.
Much better.
He's talking about his private possessions were ransacked and stole in the school. I'm like, why is your private possessions being stored in the school?
Much better, much better. We getting there, much better.
What the fuck went on with this, man?
I should have been flushing these toilets more often, too. I gotta put one of them blue things up in there. Okay, we get...
See, this is how you know he's full of shit, and this whole stunt is fugazi. He could have slapped one of them blue things, and I don't even know what the hell them blue things are. I don't know what they're called, but you know them blue things you put in the toilet, and you let it spray down there, and it cleans the damn toilet, and you come back in like an hour or two, and you flush that bitch, and it's gone, all clean. He knows he could have done that, but yeah, he wants to do this shit and act like he's doing something more than he's doing.
Yeah, we getting there. We getting there. Clean my toilets up. Ain't nobody gonna do it for me.
Yeah, they're toilet cleaners, but I don't know the specific brand name, so yeah, the blue thing.
But me, I sprayed the handle. That's a big deal to you, ain't it? That's a real big deal. I could tell you don't do shit for the community. Only an idiot to make a big deal out of that. Complete jackass. Complete jackass. Oh, he sprayed the handle. Whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. That's a big deal, ain't it? Whoop-de-fucking-doo. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. They got paint on my toilet. They couldn't even make sure they didn't put paint on the toilets. Brand new toilets.
Bro, why are you using the inside
I'm just
duttiness
now
of the bowl
this. Y'all
to
got
mix your
paint
cleaner?
on brand new toilets. Didn't even wipe the paint off.
All right, man, I've had enough of Umar. This whole cleaning shit. Let's get to the Danza project. Oh, this was like a minute away. I'm so impatient.
Be washing toilets, that's a problem. What I'm building, that's a bitch in toilets. There you go, making a big deal out of nothing.
My bad, chat.
Oh!
Ain't nothing wrong with me washing toilets. There you go, making a big deal out of nothing again. Dr. Umar washing toilets. That's national news, huh? That's national news. I'm cleaning toilets in the school I'm building. That's a big deal, ain't it? Goofy ass Negroes. Oh, he's washing toilets. He shouldn't be washing toilets. That's a problem. He's washing toilets. Oh my God. Dr. Umar shouldn't be washing toilets. We have to do something.
Now, during the live stream filming himself washing the toilets, he's basically predicting streamers and people criticizing him before the criticism has actually been levied. So why are you doing it for? Or what are you doing it for? Why are you streaming yourself cleaning the toilets, anticipating criticism, talking about its headline news, and then posting it on various social media platforms? You want this dumbass attention. That's why folks like Jay Rello, trying to crash out, beat up a air mattress and shit, no longer could sleep on the air mattress. Dumbass had to sleep on the floor because that was the air mattress that he sleeps on because he don't have a real mattress. Did that in a crash out, expects folks to react to this? Like, what is this, bruh? Oh, you're crashing out because somebody doesn't want to roommate with you in Sosua. Now everybody's supposed to react to this dumb shit. So dumb shit takes precedent. Dumb, idiotic crash outs we're supposed to laugh at, we're supposed to react to and make a... Come on, man. Fucking ridiculous, man.
Before we get into any type of conversation, I want to know where you're at, because you're constantly working, and when I mean working, you're doing a lot more than most.
Yes, sir.
Right, like
Yes,
it's
sir.
not just the conversations that you're having on podcasts; it's the works that you're doing in the communities.
Right.
The conversations that you're having with the youth and with people in general. Where are you at mentally right now? How do you feel?
Now, before he answers that question, folks like Dr. Umar Johnson, Dr. Ericana are the reason why folks like O'Shea Duke Jackson has been on his Kenganda channel crashing out. Absolutely crashing out. Calling out all sorts of Pan-African scammers. Calling out Pan-Africanism as a whole. Basically saying everybody involved is scamming because of folks like Umar Johnson and other various scammers. But that's another story for another video. We're going to get into some of those reactions from some of those videos that some folks sent me. So let's get into this.
I guess for me, the one thing that I just want to finalize is the renovations on the FDMG Academy. You know, we've been almost done for so long, and now we're at the floors. But
now we at the floors. Didn't Random University drop a video like 6 months ago cooking Umar Johnson talking about, oh, we're only doing the floors now? And then like 4 days ago, he dropped a video talking about the floors again. It's like, bro, what are we doing out here? You've been talking about this forever, bruh. This is why it's good, like folks like Random University and like Lennon Honor and other folks take note of this shit.
I'm still scared to say we done, because every time I say we done, something else comes up. So, you know, I ain't been saying nothing. My thing is, when it's done, that's when I'll announce it. You know what I mean? I was supposed to go back to the Breakfast Club, and I text Charlamagne. I said, I'm not coming back up there one more time to tell people we almost done. You feel me? Yeah. When we done, I'll schedule with you. I'm not going up to Power 105 again until we done. I'm tired of saying it myself.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So when we done, that's when I'll do it, man. But we real close. When I fly back home tomorrow, I got to get to the school. They laying the floors now, and once that's done, we'd be applying for a certificate of occupancy.
You heard him say it. They are laying the floors now. And when they're done, he's applying for his certificate of occupancy. So it should be around the corner. He says he's not announcing it. You already said the floors are in progress. I've worked on floors. It don't take that damn long, bruh. It don't take that damn long.
It's gonna be interesting because the city has not been our friend. They tried to sell the school behind our back last month for some frivolous expenses that we should not have even owed. So I'm gonna stay positive, but I'm not.
Once again, frivolous expenses that we should have not owed, like your bills, like your registration fee that you have not yet paid. Well, I don't know if he paid it now because he got his school back and everything, but to that point, there was all sorts of back fees. We covered the paperwork. This guy is so full of shit.
For some frivolous expenses that we should not have even owed.
Your bills, nigga.
So I'm gonna stay positive, but I'm not looking forward to the inspection because, you know, they can nitpick you to death on that.
Absolutely.
You know, so when people say when you're going to actually be done, that's not in our hands. We have to see what the city says, you know. But I'm hoping after all we've been through, they just say, go ahead. If it's all in order, just pass him, you know. But that hasn't been the experience. Like everything we've been through with the city has been a fight, you know. Even to get a permit for the festival, they ain't want to give us that. You know, so it's really been a tug of war with them.
Now, notice how he's framing himself as the victim once again. Black man being stopped by the racist white administration. If you reach the standards and regulations, there's nothing to talk about. You're not beholden to somebody's arbitrary decision. There's standards and guidelines that you have to meet. You meet those, school open. All these people are trying to stop you. No, they ain't. He feeds this shit to dumb people, to real idiots. Yeah, no, the school was not sold. There's a bunch of... This is where YouTubers and clout chasing got too extreme, where Fugazi headlines and Marquette talking about he's going to buy the school, and it got carried away. I even think one of my titles need to be changed. I think I got a Fugazi headline out there.
Oh!
I'm just hoping that we don't have to have a protest. I'm hoping we don't have to take them to court for discrimination.
I mean, the bureaucracy is mostly black. The mayor's white, but the bureaucracy is black. But discrimination is discrimination, even if you're the same color. You know, so I'm just, you know, I'm gonna just put it in the Lord's hands and see. But we knocking on the finish line, so if all goes well, we should be able to apply for the inspection before the end of the year.
And this is something that most people...
Now, everything up to standards and regulations, the inspection goes, if everything's up to code, the inspection should easily be passed. There's no discrimination and people gatekeeping your school from being opening, bro. Stop it. Stop these goddamn lies.
Don't understand it.
The problem is people have their own experiences with racism and gatekeeping. So they hear shit like this and it resonates with them, not knowing that this guy is just a fraud, a liar, and a scammer.
Just starting a business is tough, right? And then when you're doing something in the community, it's going to be a lot tougher. When you're dealing with that much square footage, they could find something wrong anywhere. Oh, well, in this corner here. But a lot of people that have never started a business, you know, have never gotten any type of education, what it's like. They have no idea.
Never opened a school, never ran a school, but they're experts in our school. You know, and I don't get into it, but I hear a lot of it because my supporters send me the clips, and I've heard ridiculous things. I heard people say you can get an HVAC for $5,000. That's a $50,000 unit up there, and that was the cheap one. You feel me? This is not a house. This is a school. You're not getting no HVAC.
We don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
For no $5,000, you know what I mean? Every utility that we had repaired, plumbing, HVAC, electric, every one cost us well over $100,000. Nothing was under $100K for repair. So when I hear people say he could have got this done for,
We don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
Bro, you bought the buildings for $400,000. You raised $1.6 million. We don't give a fuck about your $50,000 HVAC, nigga. Get it done. Get it done. This type of bullshit, you're the prince of Pan-Africanism. You're the most requested black scholar speaking globally, right? You're this black leader. You're a representation of what black men are. You can't even organize yourself enough. Put a team together to open a goddamn school 15 years later, bruh.
$5,000, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? It's a whole nother level. But my thing is, if you never did it, why are you speaking on it?
Once again, if you never did it, why are you speaking on it? Not applicable, sir. Not applicable, because when you had somebody that's done it before, you're like, we have it. I have my team. I don't need to hear from you. I don't care what you did. You could have been very successful. Blah, blah, blah. I'm doing it myself. So you're saying this as means of a deflection.
And if you're not doing anything for the people, why are you speaking on it? See, that's my thing. I don't think people who don't do work could criticize people who do work. Now, if you're doing the work, you say, look, I built me a relevant institution. You can speak to it because you...
Nah, I'm doing work, but I didn't build an institution, and I'm not going to build an institution. I can still criticize your institution or your lack thereof.
Did it. We're being questioned and criticized by people who do nothing. And that's why I'm so tight-lipped on it, because I'm like, I don't owe you no answers. On top of the fact you never donated, on top of the fact you never drove by there and picked up a piece of trash, you questioning something that you don't support financially, you questioning something that you've never been a part of in your entire life. You've never been a part of anything that progressive as building an institution. So
now, there's a reason why people are questioning it, sir, because there's various people claiming that they've donated money and they're not happy with the results. They get no answers, no insights, no information towards the school or about the school. They feel like they've been scammed. So if you're going to try to solicit more donators to whatever cause you have, transparency, accountability is something you should probably sign up for, because who the hell is throwing away their hard-earned money to some fabricated school, some tall tale nigga using these buildings as his personal house?
Why are you expecting me to be accountable to you?
And so how do you keep it together? Back to that mental health thing, like how do you feel?
I'm going to be honest with you. The haters, the struggle streamers, they really helped toughen me up to the criticism.
This for the bitches, nigga.
The haters, the struggle streamers,
they really helped toughen me up to the criticism.
I've seen him do it.
Bro said he don't give a damn about what struggle streamers say. They're struggle streaming using his name for a platform. They're irrelevant, blah, blah, blah. Called his daughter a struggle streamer too. Now the struggle streamers have toughened you up. Thin-skinned Umar got toughened up by struggle streamers. Come on, bro. You can't make this shit up.
It's with you. The haters, the struggle streamers, they really helped toughen me up to the criticism because we've been dealing with it from the first day we took a donation in St. Louis, Missouri, April of 2014, when the St. Paul's College in Virginia went up for sale, because that's what we wanted. We wanted that HBCU, but they wanted $2 million and we couldn't raise it in time, so they sold it to the Asians who currently have it now. So then that's when we said, well, we just gonna find us a regular school. So from 2014 till 2019, we school hunted. We found FDMG in 2017, but we couldn't afford it at the time. So we just stayed in negotiations with the owners, and then finally, February 2019, they gave it to us. So 5 years to find a school, which in my opinion, that's not a long time to raise the money and find it. 5 years ain't bad at all. And then you go from 19 to 25, right? So you're looking at 6 years of us renovating. It should have only taken us 2 or 3, but there was a lot of scamming going on with the contractors we were using. Right? So you're looking at 6 years of us renovating. It should have only taken us 2 or 3, but there was a lot of scamming going on with the.
Yep, it should have took you 2 or 3, nigga. It's taking you 6 because there's a lot of scamming going on. A lot of scamming going on. You see, this is a Freudian slip. Now he's gonna try to act like, oh yeah, the contractors were scamming. Bro, stop it.
To 25, right? So you're looking at 6 years of us renovating. It should have only taken us 2 or 3, but there was a lot of scamming going on with the contractors we were using. We really got done dirty by them. You know what I mean? And I didn't want to use Caucasian work because I wanted to keep the money in the community. The people who gave us the money black, I want to keep the project black. Right. But I had to wake up one day and say, yo, if you're waiting on your people to do this for you, it may not get done. And let me put that in context. You're talking about the second smallest state in the country, right? So you don't have much to pull from anyway. And then the city of Wilmington requires that your contractors be licensed in the state and licensed in the city. So for example, in Pennsylvania, if you're licensed.
Understand this, licensed in the state, licensed in the city contractors.
By the Commonwealth, you can do work anywhere in the state. You got to be licensed in Delaware and then licensed again in Wilmington. You're already dealing with a small pool of available contractors, and then they add that on top. So I say it all the time. We have the best situation in the worst location. And when I say worst location, I'm simply speaking of the limited pool of resources in terms of contractors and the strict stipulations that are required for you to work on a project there. You know, if that same school was in Detroit, Chicago, Philly, we'd be done already, only because you got so many plumbers, you got so many HVAC, you got so many electric. You could go through 30 of them until you hit the right one. But you in the second smallest state, only a handful of black folks, you know what I mean? Yeah. Contractors that you can really, you know, go to. And everybody we used came highly recommended, by the way. We didn't just grab people. These were people say, get him, get them. We got the people we were told to get. And they still didn't do us right.
But when the pool is so small and the competition isn't great, it's tough, you know.
And we ran into situations where sometimes if I don't take the plumber, the electricians say I can't take the job. You feel me? Because that's my man. Right. So since you're not taking him, I can't do it. I'm like, damn. What that got to do with you? I need this. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of that. Where
personally, I feel like that brother needed help.
The job. You feel me? Because that's my man. Right. So since you're not taking him, I can't do it. I'm like, damn.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
What that got to do with you? I need this. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of that where I like the electrician, don't like the plumber. I like the HVAC guy, don't like the electrician. So, you know.
I like the HVAC guy, don't like the plumber. I like the. Bro, this is a business. Get the job done. You're paying these people for a fucking. What? Jesus Christ. See, for people that don't manage or run their own businesses or anything like that, they'll listen to this dumb shit and be like, yeah, I guess it's tough, man. I guess these folks have to like each other and get along for them to want to get paid and do, like, bro, come on, man. What the fuck are we doing out here?
It's networks.
Yeah.
You know, and you're dealing with a really small city, and you an outsider coming from Philly. I had to deal with some of that too. You know what I mean? Because even though I get a lot of love in Wilmington and a lot of love across Delaware, you still got them people say, we don't need him here. You know what I mean? We don't need no big city dude coming down here. We can handle our own business. But I'm not here for you. I'm here for the kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people say, why did you choose Wilmington? And I like Wilmington. I love the energy there. I really do. But people say, why did you choose Wilmington? I didn't choose Wilmington. I chose the school that was in Wilmington. In other words, we wasn't shopping for cities, we shopping for building.
Right.
And that had the best building that we found. We should have been in Detroit.
I'm sorry, chat. This is another level of pathetic. You're not going to be like, oh, we're shopping, building, not thinking about the demographic, the population of said demographic, the kids that you actually want to benefit through your program. You're talking about the building. Doesn't matter which city, which state, this is the building. So we're forced. Yo, if you don't get this bullshit out of my face, nigga, like, oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people say, why did you choose Wilmington? And I like Wilmington. I love the energy there. I really do. But people say, why did you choose Wilmington? I didn't choose Wilmington. I chose the school that was in Wilmington. In other words, we wasn't.
This sounds as dumb as when Adam 22 and Lena the Plug were talking about their monogamous off camera, but open on camera. I'm like, the camera is not a bearing to the openness and the monogamy of your relationship. Being recorded doesn't change that you guys are booty clapping it the fuck up. Like, what the fuck you talking about? This is as dumb as this sounds, man. Like, what the fuck, man?
Shopping for cities, we shopping for building. And that had the best building that we found. We should have been in Detroit. But once the archdiocese found out who I was, they wouldn't sell me none of the schools. I knew we was in Detroit. Me and my mother was preparing to move to Detroit. I said, Mom, we going to Detroit. We out. It's going to be cold. She said, I don't care. Let's go. And then the Jewish realtor for the archdiocese, and I thought that was interesting, that the archdiocese had a Jew, because if you understand that history, but he said they want to see your curriculum. I said, we buying the school cash money. What you need to see my curriculum for? This ain't no charter school. You follow what I'm saying? This ain't no lease.
Right.
I'm buying and we done. What you want to know what I'm teaching for? I said, you can't get that.
Do they think you're pushing religion? Is it a religious thing? Like, where's the pushback in that city?
I think it's just that they knew who I was and wasn't going to sell. And guess what? Every school in Detroit that we wanted, still sitting there. So that's why I tell people you got to understand that when it comes to white people, they're more about power than money.
Yeah.
If they was about the money, they would have sold us the building. They all there. They was about the control. We don't want him teaching that. You feel me? We rather
and
not
there's
make
a reason
the money.
why Detroit looks like Detroit.
Yes. Oh, man. Oh.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Stop the cap.
Oh, man. Oh, I learned so much in the school hunt. I remember I was going to lease a school in Mount Vernon, New York, Catholic school. And the supervisor said, I got to call the Vatican. I said, what? He said, I said, you got to call Rome? He said, I got to call Rome. I said, why you got to call Rome? He said, what did he say? He said about half the Catholic schools in America are still managed directly from the Vatican. He had to call the Vatican and ask if he could lease the school to Dr. Umar, and of course they said hell no. Yeah, so. And he also told me that the Vatican is the second largest property owner either in the United States or in the world. I didn't know that. White boy was dropping all these jewels on me.
All right, man, we got it. Give me a second.
Umar Johnson has a habit.
1 second, chat. I'm gonna pull this video up. Shit.
Umar Johnson has a habit of mixing truth with lies, and here is a perfect example. A few days ago, he posted this video with the caption, "Trust the process, build institutions, or be quiet." Looking at this video with that caption, one might believe that the work being done is related to the property that Umar Johnson purchased in Wilmington, Delaware. And this sentiment is shared in the video's comment section.
Yo, they cooking the shit out of him. What the hell going on?
It's clear from the video that work is being done, but does the work have anything to do with the property that Umar Johnson purchased? When we examine the video closely, we notice heavy machinery, a few traffic drums, and men wearing high visibility safety vests. Based on this, we can conclude that they are working on the streets. Also, we see the company name on one of the trucks, Diamond Materials. Who is Diamond Materials, and what service do they provide? So let's do a quick Google search. Looking at the company's website.
Damn, bro. Bro got exposed so quick with the quickness. How'd they find this shit so quick? What the hell going on, man? That's bad. That is bad. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes.
We see that one of the services they provide is asphalt and paving. If we go to the company's About Us page, we see a logo on one of the traffic drums. That is the logo for the Delaware Department of Transportation. So it's clear that this company works with the city of Delaware. However, that doesn't mean that Umar Johnson could not have also hired this company. But that is not the case, and here is why in black and white. On its website, Wilmington, Delaware makes it possible to find out which streets will be undergoing construction or repair. So if you enter the address of the property Umar Johnson purchased.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Purchased in Delaware. Here is the property. We see this long gray line. So what does that long gray line mean? For that, we can look at the legend. The legend shows two gray lines, a light gray line and a dark gray line. The light gray line, which is the color of the line between the properties, means street work city. So the work being done in that video has nothing to do with the property that Umar Johnson purchased in Wilmington, Delaware. This is the city working on the streets. And this is just another example of Umar Johnson being deceptive.
That's bad. That's bad as fuck, man. Man got caught red-handed. That's like some Bow Wow shit. That's like the Bow Wow challenge. What is he doing out here, man? Damn, bro. How you explain that shit, Umar?
He said we own much property. I didn't know that either. So that's crazy. So when you hear about that, United States, London, Rome Connect, that's real. Them 3 city-states that don't answer to nobody, that's very real. That's very real.
It's very interesting how you mentioned about the contracting.
Yeah.
Right? Because, you know, people could say whatever the hell they want. When you go into that, it's tough. You know, I got a lot of friends that are into real estate. And I'm from a city, Buffalo, New York. It's another small city similar to the way Detroit operates.
Yes.
Now, sir.
We don't care.
Let me tell you. We don't care.
Get to the damn point.
And, you know, they'll get contractors, they'll get it all set up, and the job is done terribly. And it's just war. You know, it's just like, okay, well, what do I do about this? Now we gotta rip it out. You know, it's just a thing that most people don't have a clue about.
They have no clue about it. And then when somebody don't finish their work, So let's say the electricians don't finish their work. You got to get another electrician.
Come behind.
No contractor, what I saw, they never want to say the previous contractor did a good job. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was like, we got to do it over. You know what I mean? I'm like, y'all can't build from where they slept. Nah, they didn't do that. Nobody was able to say we could pick up where they started. You know what I mean? The plumbers, nah, they didn't do this right. And I know.
Now, sir, do you not know anything about anything and how any of these individual processes work to have your own opinion and your own verification? Have an inspect, like, he's always beholden to somebody else's fuckery. He's constantly the victim here.
Oh, they did it right, but you just want to get paid the full thing. Yeah, yeah. Project. So we had to deal with that, you know. But the white folks, they did it. They charged us up, they overcharged us, but at least they finished the job. You know what I mean? So that's where we at. And then
so the white folks, they did it. They finished the job, the contractors. He says this a number of times. There's a reason why I harken back to the whole, the small pool of the people that he said he had, and it has to be hired by the city and the state. And then he says the white folks came and done it on the Danza project. This was a few days ago. Let me get the date because this nigga just be, this mouse die? Hey, yo, what the hell? All right, give me a second, chat.
Yeah, people say, well, you know, if he's on his Pan-Africanism and his Garveyism platform, why would he let white people do the work? You have to distinguish and differentiate between charity and business. We don't accept donations from non-Africans, right? But if I have to pay a non-African to do a job, that's business.
Then why did it take you 6 years and counting?
That's not a handout. They're not volunteering. They're not giving us nothing. We're paying them to do a job. You see, it's like if I have a store and a white person comes in and buys from my store, that's no contradiction. That's business. But if I got white folks coming in there financing me, that's a contradiction. You see, so people say, well, that's a contradiction. You got white folks doing the work. That's called business, bro. That's just business. Fee for service. It's not a handout.
Fair exchange.
Now, if they was financing us, that would be a contradiction.
Yeah, so you only steal from your own community. You only finesse and scam. And that's why you're constantly framing everything as, oh, we're being stopped by the racist white man. The Jewish man stopped us in Detroit. X, Y, and Z. You're doing this thing to play it to play into the people that are in super Pan-Africanist mode, believe all the rubbish. Everyone's out to get them. Everything's racist. They're always going to get in your way. You're powerless. So you can constantly run up those folks' bag with some bullshit-ass excuse because they're staunch believers of racism rules all, and you can't have any progress because they're blocking you.
Because you give up your sovereignty with them.
And so how do you keep it together? Because that sounds extremely stressful.
I tell you how I keep it together. Number one, I believe I was born to do the work that I do.
Okay.
That's the priority. The number one, people say, how you keep going through this. Somebody texted me today when I was...
How you keep going through this?
Donations. 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 Gifts. Gifts. Gifts.
On my way here, they said, I'm trying to understand how you continue to keep going after everything people throw at you. Like, your bounce back game is crazy. You
Stick together.
Pause. Know what I mean? And for me, I know I was born to do what I'm doing. When you know why you here, you can put up with any what. It's not a thing where I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be building no school. You feel me? I don't have that.
Of course you don't have that, because if you have that, then guess what stops?
Donations. Donations.
What are they donating to, sir? You had to keep the grift up. When the school was being auctioned off, that 40K, your banks were allegedly locked up. You couldn't do anything, but that 40K found its way over there to pay for the fees that you were behind, because you know that's part of the grift. That's why you're in the toilets, cleaning the toilets, talking about, oh, you paid the white contractors and they got it done. The brothers were X, Y, and Z. And then you show up in your school talking about the contractors fucked it up. They got paint in the toilet. Now I have to do it myself. But 2 years ago on the Breakfast Club, you said the white contractors got it done. On the Danza project right here, you said the white contractors got it done. And then on your live on King Kong Consciousness on the YouTube and on your Instagram live 4 days ago, you talking about, it's like 5-6 days ago now. You talking about, we cleaning the toilets, the contractors fucked it up, X, Y, and Z. Can't keep a story straight to save his life.
I know I'm supposed to do it, so I got to deal with whatever comes with it. So number one, I know I'm doing the work I was born to do. That's number one. Number two, I've never cared about what people thought too much. You know what I mean? Like some people...
You never cared what people thought too much. Yeah, no, we're not buying that one either, because earlier in the other video, you spoke about the struggle streamers giving you tougher skin with the criticism. So this one, yeah.
Stop the cap.
This one we are going to stamp as...
a total fabrication.
Yep, sir.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
The perfect pause screen, too, because this fabrication is filthy work, sir.
Hell no! Trash ass nigga.
They gotta be viewed positively by outsiders. I don't.
They want to be like.
I don't care what people think or what people say.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Now, I should probably clip the audio of him saying the struggle streamers gave him thick skin because it was beating his ass before pause. I can't remember how he worded it, but that's I'm paraphrasing. Let's get it.
And I believe my popularity had a lot to do with that too, because I'm just going to tell you the truth. I don't know if it's going to hurt your feelings. I don't know if you're going to like it. I don't know if you're going to love it, but I'm going to be honest. And I think people have grown to appreciate the honesty of my message, because I get people stop me in the airport all the time. I don't agree with everything you say, you know what I mean? But you're consistent. Whereas a lot of these other guys out here who claim to be into the conscious movement, they not consistent. They'll flip-flop. 1 minute they this, 1 minute they this, 1 minute they this, based on what gets the attention, what gets the money. I've never capitulated my position, you know what I mean? And I think thirdly, you know, I practice Yoruba spirituality, and in Yoruba spirituality, you know, you're born with a guardian angel, guardian spirit. Mine is Ogun. Ogun is the spirit of war, iron, perseverance, determination, don't quit, work hard.
Come on.
That's my guardian spirit, you feel me? So I got to keep going, you know what I mean? So I think that's how I'm able to put up with it.
Yeah, you got to keep the grift going. You got to keep the scamming going.
What's wrong with me washing toilets? Didn't Black Jesus say the greatest amongst you shall be your servant? Didn't Black Jesus say the greatest amongst you shall be your servant? Where my Christian Africans at? Where my Pan-African Christian at? Didn't Jesus say the greatest amongst you? And they complaining.
Shout out to Malik Mohammed. Malik Mohammed says, shout out, brother. Thanks for having me a few months back. I'm still touring nonstop, helping expose this forked tongue fraud. Shout out to you. Yep, man. Keep exposing him, man. Keep exposing him, because he's talking about community work. What are we doing for the community? We're helping folks save a lot of money by not getting finessed by a grifter, a scammer, someone that preys on a lot of things, man. We let's get back into this.
Thing just to have something to talk about.
Ugh.
On Sunday, I clean toilets for our children. On Sunday, I clean the toilets in the future school for our children. And on Sunday, you worship white Christ. Who should be talked about, me or you? Not all my Christians worship white Christ, though. I'm just being sarcastic. Some of my Christian family recognize that Christ was an African. See, they got paint on the toilet. One of my paint day people got paint on the toilet. Brand new toilets. They got paint on the toilet, didn't even wipe it off. Same thing in the other toilet. I don't mind cleaning. I have no problem cleaning, brothers and sisters. Somebody dropped paint on the lid. My goodness, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with us? Look at this. Look at this. More paint on, look at this. You put paint on brand new toilets. Paint on brand new toilets. Didn't even wipe it off. Look at this. Somebody must have been a hater on the paint day team. Somebody must have been a hater on the paint day team. He said it's not clean at all. Yeah, I could tell you ain't got no life.
Somebody told you the truth, sir. It's not clean at all. You were literally bitching a moment ago about it not being clean. The man tells you the truth. Oh, you ain't got no life. Says the guy who's rinsing out the rag in the dirty water he's trying to clean. For the 8th time, sir, get a bucket. What is wrong with this guy? Damn, man. It's like you're rewashing the toilet with nasty, dirty toilet water that's...
Everything got to get cleaned several times. This is just the first one.
Yeah, several times, just the first one, so you can make another 8 videos acting like there's some sort of progress taking place in the FDMG Academy. This is getting redundant. This is getting like, what are we doing out here? Every few days you're coming out with a video acting like you're doing something and the school's never opening. You said renovations for 6 fucking years. For anybody in Toronto, you know that dumbass Eglinton cross line built by Metrolinx? Not even by the TTC. The TTC is going to have their trains running through that shit, but Metrolinx, dumbass, shitty project that was supposed to be done years ago, still ain't going to be done. That Metrolinx cross line Eglinton train will be done before Umar School. And everybody in Toronto's like, yeah, that shit ain't never going to be done. They just keep moving it back. Incompetence. Umar, scam. It's a level higher than incompetence. It's a scam. You think it's going to open, it's not opening. There's always going to be some sort of convenience, roadblock, or obstacle. And a lot of the times it's going to be racism. It's going to be, oh, we didn't get the inspection passed because it's the state of Delaware was getting in the way and they're racist and some Jew got in the... It's like, bro, stop it, man. Stop it. What are we doing out here? I'm just waiting for the next excuse. I'm waiting several months for those floors to be done because you know it's going to take him several more months for those floors to be done. And once he has no excuse for the floors, he's going to give up. I guarantee it. He's going to be like, we failed the inspection. They're against us. They're racist. They're X, Y, and Z. He's going to look at the building and be like, there's mold here. The contractors never told us there was mold. He is going to play the victim and position himself, pause, as if he was trying to do something for the people, and then racist people blocked him and got in the way.
I know y'all make a big deal out of it. Y'all can't help yourself. Post-traumatic slavery disease. Do what you gotta do.
Post-traumatic slavery disease.
Do what you gotta do. I'll do the Clorox on the second round, my sister. This is the first round. Let's just get some of this done right now. This is the first round, that's all. This is the first round. Why am I cleaning the toilet? I'm not even gonna answer no dumbass question like that. I'm not even gonna answer no dumbass question like that. Why is he cleaning the toilet? That's the dumbest question I heard all day. I swear I need to start giving out special ed evaluations again.
Why are you cleaning the toilet? You're going to say, oh, well, obviously the contractors fucked it up. The toilets have to be cleaned, but... Why is he cleaning the toilets, chat? Why do you have a camera out, sir? Why are you recording this? Why are we a part of this?
I need to start giving out free special ed evaluations. I don't need a scouring pad. I know what I'm doing. Mess my damn bathroom up.
He's doing this because he is trying to show that he retained the school. The school was not auctioned off in the later part of August. He's doing this to create the illusion of progress. Hey, we're getting things done. Oh, it was just the floors, but now we have a minor setback because some incompetent contractors that I said were good contractors, that I said I hired the good white contractors and they got the job done. I said this 2 years ago, but now incompetent contractors fucked up the bathroom, so now I'm forced to do it myself. And it's going to take several days, several months probably, because that's what Umar does to keep the finesse going. Now, we have a caller in the back. I believe it is Malik Muhammad. Shout out to Malik Muhammad in the back. Park. I'm gonna pull him up. Oh, wait, what happened? Are you there? Let me add you to the scene.
I see you and I hear you. Can you see and hear me?
Yeah, I can see you and hear you. What's going on, sir?
How you doing, brother? Long time no see, man. Thank you for I haven't seen you probably since the last time I was on your show. So I've been missing you, man, but I told you the last time I keep you on my notifications. And I want to give you a special thanks because although I had only did a few shows before yours, you actually catapulted me to where I have literally done every major show on YouTube.
Damn, shout out to
Every
you.
major show on YouTube. With Tasha K coming up, and me and the Breakfast Club couldn't come to an agreement because, brother, they didn't want me to ask questions. And so, but back home to Oakland, up the freeway to the Bay Area, because brothers and sisters, if this was happening in the white neighborhood with a white man, white folks do the necessary work. And I'm not going to be long, but I want to explain to the people why I just said that so no one will get into their feelings. Sister Lene Stacks, I'm sure you're familiar with her. That's the woman that called Umar out. I've befriended all of these women. I have a personal relationship with them. I talk to them. I respect them. I protect them, including Mary Ann Lorient. And I just, I'm a licensed contractor, 35 plus years. I went over the mold and all of that with you. I just sent the letter out, Sister Lene Stacks, and got with me and asked me to use my professional expertise and sent out a letter because I found out, brother, that she has more of a relationship with the citizens in the surrounding areas of the bandos than Umar does. I was shocked, but I got verifiable information. And as well as with some city officials, especially after Umar had the audacity to get on and lie about, that $38,000 past due payment and act like the city just illegally is going to set themselves up for a lawsuit and just auction off his property without him being contacted. So one of the brothers in the office, the chief of staff, he literally sent Lennon Honor a breakdown of every email, every phone call. And so once that happened, that really pissed the citizens off. And so I sent out a letter, brothers and sisters, letting the people know that we have winter coming up. In Delaware, you get rain and you get snow. If anyone that's listening, not just on this show, but in the past shows, not only that I've been on, but shows that are just doing it on their own, I have exclusively talked to you all about the seriousness of the mold that is going down the walls of those bandos. Brothers and sisters, the number one cause of mold and mildew is liquid, i.e. water and rain. We have a rainy season coming up. We have a snow season coming up in Wilmington, Delaware. So if you think the mold is bad now and poisonous, imagine what it's going to look like after it goes through the rain and the snow buildup. Because the number one thing that Umar should have done when he purchased those bandos was put the downspouts, which relieves the water off of the buildings, take it down to the downspouts, those white pipes you see coming up, we call it conduit. The downspouts connects to those. There's piping underneath the ground that takes the water out into the street, away from not just the buildings, brothers and sisters, where the mold is, but it also takes it away from the foundation. Because what's the brother's name? Flammo went and showed you guys the complete walk around. He came from New York and did a complete walk around of the building. But one thing he did that no one else has done and no one else has paid attention to was he also showed you, brothers and sisters, the contaminated grass and mud, which is called algae, which is what you get in fish tanks. So not only are the buildings contaminated brothers and sisters, from the mold that you continue to see and will continue to grow. The actual grounds. I'm not talking about the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, that has already showed that it's uncontaminated soil underneath the ground. I'm talking about the actual grounds, which means I will not touch those buildings without wearing a mask, a CH95. I will not touch those buildings unless I was wearing gloves, and I will not walk the premises of those buildings, especially the grassy area, without protected footwear. In closing, the letter I sent out is because, just like white folks would be for their children, brothers and sisters, the citizens now understand the dangers of that mold getting worse and worse by the day. Brothers and sisters, this is all research information. You don't have to get mad at me and throw your comments out. I don't care. I've been doing this for 35 years. I've built homes across this country, Walmarts, Home Depot, Sam's Clubs, you name it. I'm telling you scientific facts here, whether you like it or not. The number 1 and 2 causes of upper respiratory problems for human beings, especially children, is mold and mildew, followed by lead, which is in paint and in water. The letter that I sent out last week to my YouTube family, and if you give me your email address, sir, I will give you a copy as well. She's going to take my points and turn them into a letter. It's going to be distributed to the city council as well as the citizens in the immediate area of those bandos. Stop calling it a school. They are bandos. They are listed on the city website as vacant, abandoned property. So it doesn't matter what you call it. It doesn't matter what Umar called it. The only thing that matters is what they are listed as legally on the city of Delaware vacant property, which is abandoned properties with a EPA report attached to it. As I told you months ago when I appeared on your show, the buildings were scheduled to be torn down and made into a project for more parking, not just for the community, but exclusively, especially I should say, for the boys club that sits right behind it. The letter simply tells the citizens exactly what I have just told you all and the 35 plus YouTube shows I've been on alone. Okay? It is not safe to walk by and breathe the mold that's coming off those walls. It's not safe to touch and come in contact with that mold and touch other parts of your body, especially your ears, your nose, and your mouth. And again, it is equally unsafe to walk those grounds, especially in the grassy areas where he's talking about having Friday night, first Friday parties. You don't know I know it's algae and I know it's poison, but you may find a dead raccoon or snake or anything else up in there. So brothers and sisters, we have to get off of our asses and do what white folks will do, because no one has said this. And I'm going to ask this question and I'll look for the answers when I get off the air. Very simple question. Do you think white folks would allow those poisonous buildings to be sitting in their neighborhood? Okay? Because you all keep focusing on the fact that Umar has had the buildings for almost 7 years. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. I've been on shows, Lady Luck Club, we pulled the permits, we've done all of that. All this stuff with these white contractors, brothers and sisters, it's a lie. The last report, the last of any kind of $36 permit that was pulled was for an estimate at $3 million on something inside. No contractor, brothers and sisters, in their right mind, no contractor, brothers and sisters, in their right mind is going to do any job, 2,000, 200,000, or 2 million without pulling a permit, because the permit is what it says. It gives you permission to do what you are designating to the city to do. In order for a contractor to pull a permit, he has to be licensed. The first thing that the city clerk is going to ask the contractor for, at the desk of the city in the city office building is his business license and his ID. I've even done shows going over exactly what's on the permit. It's going to have the license number for the contractor, the contractor's information, the amount of approximate time that it's going to take you to do the job, because you have to get the work done before the before the permit expires. And then you're going to give them an idea of what you're going to do. That's why it's called City Planning Commission. So brothers and sisters, I didn't get on here to do another 2-hour show. I wanted to speak to my brother really, and just out of brotherhood, but more importantly, to just give him an up-to-date on just how serious this is going. Because my question is, again, I haven't forgotten. I've traveled all over this world, all over this country, as you know, brother. I've lived in Georgia and the state of Florida because of my various trades. There's not a white neighborhood where it would be allowed for those poisonous abandoned buildings to be sitting there, and this game with Umar continues to be played. And the citizens have finally spoken out, and I sent the letter sharing the information that I just shared with you and your crowd. And if you give me your email address, I will send you a copy, sir. Now, she's going to send me a copy of the actual letter. She's just going to take my points and present them to the citizens in a letter and to the city council, because enough is enough.
Yeah.
The scam is one thing, brother, but now we're talking about people's health.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to do it. Go right ahead, bro.
I put my email in the back chat. I don't know if you can see on the videos. The back chat is right here, so you can. It's like a little box that pops up. I don't know if you can see it. I put my email there if you want to send me the email. But my main concern now is I'm thinking about it. I'm like, he does all these videos to give the illusion of progress, but those buildings are a health hazard. At this point, do you think he's ever going to get the inspection? Because the inspection will expose that this is a terrible health hazard and there's nothing, he's not up to code. It's not going to be able to open. That will successfully end the scam, because he's going to have to get a new building at that point, because he's not going to be able to bring it up to code. And he's yeah, I'm asking you the question. Do you think he's going to actually...
You answered the question you just answered me. Umar will never apply for an inspection because the city knows what he's done, because you have to get the permits from the city. The city knows exactly.
I think because you're putting this stuff out and a lot of people are going to verify this information, I think he's going to try to basically debunk whatever you're saying and blame whatever inspection gets denied, or basically say it's some racist bullshit and the white people are trying to stop whatever movement he's doing. He's not going to be accountable and be like, the building is not up to code and that's why it's going to fail the inspection. I know for sure he's going to try to pivot this into some, I'm the victim, they're trying to stop the progression of black boys getting educated type shit. He's not going to be accountable for the building. So do you think he's really going to... I don't see how he puts it off.
Let me ask you this question. Let me say this, brothers and sisters. Umar would rather, respectfully, and I know this sounds harsh, but we have to understand what we're dealing with here. This is our problem. We don't take serious shit serious. Umar would rather for his mistreated, bedridden, hasn't been outside in years, taken over, hoarded, disabled mother's Section 8 apartment. He would rather for his mother to die than to lose those buildings, brothers and sisters. Losing those buildings also include the buildings opening. The buildings are a money pit. The buildings are a cash cow. Okay? You don't fix something that's going to interpret your hustle. You guys keep telling Umar, get a job. Why get a job? And you've taken care of this man without any question, any accountability for 15 years. Wake up, black people. Wake up. And I get compassionate about this, brother, because this is what I do. You know I'm a student of Dr. Huey P. Newton. You know I'm a student of Dr. Khaled and walk the streets in the villages and the community. You know I'm a student of teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Minister Louis Farrakhan. Okay? I'm not a modern day brother, man. I take this stuff personally, and the leaders that taught me, the Dr. College and the Dr. Hueys, would bury Umar's ass in front of that painted rock a long time ago. In fact, if he was anywhere near California, me and my organizations would have shut him down a long time ago. It's not brain surgery anymore, brothers and sisters. And to answer your question, brother, you cannot argue with scientific health facts. If you look at the building, the black you see is mold. Mold is not going anywhere. I don't care how many coats of paint. I've said this in hundreds of shows I've been on since yours, at least 35 or 40 on YouTube alone.
Okay, so I think the strategy now. I think the strategy now is because you can't beat the science behind it, right? So if we can get all the documentation and all the evidence, what we can do is continuously blow up videos in the media to push out the message that these buildings are not safe. They're a health hazard. Don't come near those buildings because they're a hazard to your health. You may get sick. You may get terminally sick. You don't know what can happen. So at that point, he's playing with folks' health for the money. We got to get the documents. We got to get the information, and we got to put it up on blast. And probably in a better form video than this. I ain't gonna lie. I'm probably gonna have to do an 8-minute video to get something that can scale, that can, people will get more views on when we get the documentation. Brother, so if you can send me email or anything to follow up with this, we'll definitely be on that.
We can end the show with what you just said, because the problem is this is only going, Umar has only lasted because the people have allowed it. And that's all that you're saying. And you're absolutely 110% correctly. And it can't be done on YouTube alone. It cannot be done on YouTube alone. And you don't have enough of the poor people in the neighborhood that care enough to go down and do what white folks would do. Why do you think Umar, like I told you guys, won't take money from black people? Because one black couple, one white couple will go expose his ass, because unlike us, they are going to ask questions, because you're not going to fool them with illusion of progress. He's so deep, brother, in illusion of progress. Who do you know anywhere in the world that would film themselves eating and cleaning shit out of a toilet? Come on, black people.
It's true, man. It's true. That's why I looked at this video. I'm like, he will do anything to keep the gravy train going, because he knows the school was up for auction. That was a big story. Many people were speaking about purchasing it. He has to do something sensationalized to be like, I still have the school in my possession, and we're still progressing. So that's why he brings the nastiest possible toilets out. He knows people will be like, this is disgusting. What are you doing? Why are you cleaning it badly? There's this thing that people do on the internet where they purposely, like content creators will purposely do something that screams correction. So people in the chat, people that are content creators, will correct them, and it fuels more engagement. And Umar does that all the damn time. He does that because he wants more eyes. Oh, I still have the school. I'm still making the progress. You don't have you do have the school, but the school it's not ever opening. It's a health hazard. I want those documents, and I want to put that shit out because man, I'm in that mode now, man. You got me in that mode. I want to see them documents. I want to see everything that I can put out and compile so I can show the audience that this is a grift.
I hope I can get your address, because if I can send it to you, you have my permission to read the letter that I sent to Lene Stacks.
Yeah,
because most YouTube channels have it.
I don't know if you got the email in the. I don't think you got the email in the. What do you call it? In the back chat, but I can put it in the front chat as well, so you can
just put it wherever I can see it, brother, so you can read it. I'll get off the line and you can read the letter on air. I'll send it to you immediately. But I simply want the people to know, brothers and sisters, that enough of this is enough. Enough of this is enough. If you're addicted to him, his word salad, if you're addicted to him talking, that's fine. That's your right. Follow him on IG. Follow him. Go to every lecture that he does. But brothers and sisters, what Umar has done and continues to do to the black community is unacceptable. And he's only allowed to do it because we have allowed it. I love your attitude, brother LTV, because this is what it's going to take, and it cannot just be done on YouTube. This is why Lene Stacks is going to present this to the city council, okay, and put this shit to a halt. because if he doesn't have the buildings, that definitely is the one way that would immediately bring this scam to a halt. Now, what justification does the city have? Okay, is Umar has had, this January will be 7 years that Umar has had this vacant property. Okay, that's 7 years of contamination seeping from the outside of those buildings, including the stairs and the ramps. Brothers and sisters, nothing is more important than life is your health. Your health is your wealth. It doesn't matter your house, because you won't be able to live in it because you land up in the hospital. I'm going to say this one more time, and if this doesn't hit our people in the heart, nothing else will. The number 1, 2, and 3 causes of upper respiratory problems for human beings, especially in browning, black, poor neighborhoods, is mildew, mold, followed by water in paint or lead. He's even using the old paint from Moore's Academy, and y'all keep forgetting again. These buildings were vacant, have been vacant technically, brother, since 2013, 2014. So get off of even this 6-7 year Umars have had it.
Damn.
Leave you with this example that I leave with every show. Leave everything on in your house. Everything. Internet, cable, refrigerator, microwave, everything just as it is, brothers and sisters. Leave your house and come back in 11 years.
Oh, shit.
Okay? Need I say more? Leave your house and come back in 11 years. So imagine abandoned building sitting for 11 years. Peace, love, and light to you, brother LTTV. I'm going to go back and get your email, and I'm giving you my permission to please, please, please read the information that Lene Sachs and others, including Mary Ann Lorient, which you know he's paid her $68,600 for harassment and all of that.
Damn.
They have combined and asked me to do this. I did it last week. Everybody has their copy. I'm going to send you a copy, and I want you to read it on the line for me, brothers and sisters. Thank you for what you do, man. Thank you for what you do. Your hair is looking good. You looking great. Take care of your hand, and I'm going to send you an email. I'm going to send you the letter and the email right now, brother. Peace,
Right,
love,
man.
and light. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. Peace, brother. Thank you for the insight. Thank you for the information. Thank you once again for the call. Always much love, brother. All right, man. Shout out to Malik Muhammad. I think there was a little bit of interference with the mic, but honestly, I didn't give a shit, man. I needed that information. I needed whatever the hell he was saying. Pause. But at this point, man, damn, man, I can't wait to get that email. I can't wait to see this information. Actually, damn, I'm like itching. Did he get my email? You got my email, Malik Muhammad? It's in the chat right now. I hope you got that email. I sent another one in the back chat if you didn't get this email. They're different emails, but nonetheless, they still work. Each one of them work. LT@gmail.com. Shout out to Malik Muhammad. I definitely want to see, because I'm like, yo, those buildings have been moldy. This is not we've heard many reports about mold in the building. So I'm like, I want to see the extent of the mold, because this will shut down the grift. At some point, like, we try because it's not just Umar Johnson. There's so many grifts. There's so much scams going on. O'Shea crashing out on certain Pan-African scammers like Dr. Ericana, because people are being finessed right, left, and center. And at some point, we got to just jump ahead and stop the grift completely, because people are going to continuously be finessed, especially when you're new to a certain media platform. You're not privy to all the videos and all the sagas that's been going on with these scammers. So you're easily manipulated by somebody because Dr. Umar Johnson is a great orator. You heard one of the supporters that interviewed him saying he was kind of skeptical of Umar himself, and then he went to the Atlanta show and he was speaking to everybody, he was engaged with everybody, and he was resold into the Umar grift because of how Umar Johnson convinces people with his words. So he's very convincing, very compelling the way he brings things to the table with the way he speaks. Shout out to Liberal Hogan with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Liberal Hogan says, what we up to now? We up to finding the documents. we're up to getting these the email so we can get all the information as it relates to the moldiness and the health hazard that is the FDMG Academy. So I want to get that insight, man. We've heard about the mold, we've seen the mold, we've witnessed the damn mold. So that inspection is definitely not being passed. This is why he's loading in these excuses on the front end. Oh, they've been giving us problems. We couldn't get the building in Detroit, the Jews, the whites, the racism, the blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, meet the codes and you will get it approved. But you know that you won't meet the codes because there's mold and mildew. And Dr. Malik Muhammad's going to send me all of the information.
God damn.
Man, I can't wait to see that email, man. To be honest, man. Oh, yeah, that's so true, Leah. Asthma is a terrible thing in the black-brown community. And Dr. Umar Johnson don't care about your young black boys. He's trying to enroll them in a school that is disgustingly filled with mold and mildew. But the inspection, he's not going to pass that inspection, man. I'm really trying to jump ahead of the grift. I've seen so many grifters out here, and I'm like, what are you going to do next? And when we predict the next moves in the grift, it's so much easier for the grift to fall apart. People start seeing it for what it is. They're like, okay, these guys aren't hating. They understand the steps. They understand point by point what these people are doing to finesse our community of the money. Because he's not, no bueno to the Spanish money. White money, nope. We ain't taking it. Only the black. So he's only strictly finessing his own community. People like this are diabolical. They're evil motherfuckers. Shout out to Malik Muhammad. We got the email, chat. We got the email. Shout out to Liberal Hogan with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Liberal Hogan, aka John, with that $5 super chat. He says, I don't fuck with the FBAs, but after that shit with Somalis in Minneapolis scam federal programs that blacks got prison time for, I see their point. Wait, so Somalis in Minneapolis scammed the federal government. Blacks, FBAs got prison time for that, and they got let off the hook because they're making the delineation and saying, well, they're not foundationally black, they're Somali black, so they're going to get less time. Is that what happened? I don't know that story, to be honest, but I'm not here for the division, man. The FBA shit that you see online, a lot of these people are profileless, pictureless agents. But as it relates to the actual lineage of black American people, I wouldn't ever, like, I know you say you don't fuck with FBAs. I'm pretty sure you're meaning the internet trolls, because I fuck with black Americans. I'm pretty sure, John, you a black American. I support you. Man, it's a global black agenda. I support everybody, but it's the internet little factions that are fugazi and misrepresenting people that I don't get into the mix with those internet factions. But yeah, shout out to you, Liberal Hogan. I don't know that story that you're referring to, so I don't have much insight on that, but shout out to you.
God damn.
To be honest, let's get into these files, man. Let's get into these emails. I'm not going to review it online right now because I got to get into everything. I got to read everything and process everything, verify certain things, and come back with a compelling show. But I will be back shortly. But before we get to the next Umar show, because we have to review files and be thorough with our process, we're gonna react to O'Shea Duke Jackson in a later deleted live stream, because I can't find this live stream. I was sent this video, but I tried to see it on his channel so I can see exactly what the title was and how he framed the video. I believe he deleted the video, so this is a deleted video.
Delete the video, delete the video, delete the video, delete the video, and you don't delete.
So we're gonna react to that shortly, and then we're gonna be back with this Umar stuff, and yeah, this is gonna be crazy, chat. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Once again, shout out to everybody for the donations and super chats. We out. Yeah.